Hey, it's Bob from Home Cook Basics. Thanks for coming back to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe down below. So today I got a great one for you. It's my spaghetti meat sauce recipe. This thing is quick and easy, and it's a great sauce for spaghetti during the week. If you're buying that ragu or one of them out of a jar, check out this recipe, make it yourself, and you could always make a little bit extra and freeze them in your freezer and pull them out for your weekly spaghetti meal. That way you don't have to buy the jar of spaghetti sauce, and it won't have all those poor ingredients in there and different preservatives and all those things that you really don't want to feed you or your kids. And if you stick to the end of the video, you'll see a card for my American chop suey recipe. This is also a great pasta recipe that you could use during the week to feed your family or your kids, and it's really delicious. So let's jump right into it. So let's take a look at the simple ingredients we're going to need. We got some ground beef, 1 pound. We got some crushed tomato. It doesn't have to be basil, but I got it here. We have some tomato sauce. And then, of course, garlic. Plenty of garlic, as much as you like. An onion. Some salt. We got cracked black pepper. Some Italian seasoning. And extra virgin olive oil. First thing we're going to do is prep the ingredients. So grab an onion and cut it in half. Then I like to cut the stem end off. When you cut the stem end off, it gives you the opportunity to have something to grab to when you're trying to peel the skin off the onion. So go ahead and peel the skin off both pieces of onion. Now go ahead, slice into the onion towards the root end, and that's going to give us the ability to go ahead and chop it up. Now we're going to go ahead and chop up the garlic. So a little trick here. So cut the ends off your garlic on each side. And when you do this and you give the garlic a smack, it gives some ability for it to move and it releases skin real easily. So do that to all your cloves and then chop them up fine. Now go ahead and preheat your pan on medium heat. Get it nice and hot and then add your extra virgin olive oil. Give it a minute to warm up and move it around the pan. Once it's nice and hot, go ahead and add your ground beef. I like to spread it out, and when I cut it up, because it's weird now, they come in these squares, I like to cut them into chunks before I drop them into the frying pan. But you want to spread them out and give them some room so the moisture can release and they can brown on one side. After you got a good brown on one side, go ahead and mix them up and try to get the other side to brown up. Then go ahead and season it with some kosher salt. Add some fresh cracked black pepper. Now go ahead and give it a toss. Mix that salt and black pepper and the beef from browning on all sides. Once you got it good and cooked, go ahead and pull it off. Then you want to add your pan back to the heat and toss in your onions. Go ahead and saute those around. I like to get some of those brown bits that are stuck on the bottom from the beef. Try to release them from the pan. Now add the garlic. Stir this around too. Get it all incorporated until you get that nice aroma from the garlic. Now if your pan's getting too hot, you can always add some more oil. You don't want to burn anything. You don't want to burn the onions or the garlic. So add some oil and then saute it a bit. Now that your onions are translucent and you got some of that flavor from the garlic, go ahead and add some of the tomato sauce. What this is going to do is deglaze the bottom of the pan. We're going to get all that goodness from the browned up beef and the browned onions and the garlic. Get it all off the pan and this is going to end up being part of our sauce. Now go ahead and add the rest of the sauce to the pan. Add those chunks of ground beef that we browned up back to the pan, and then give it a good stir. Mix it in really good. We're looking to get all that delicious ground beef incorporated in the sauce and get it coated on all sides. Go ahead and add your can of crushed tomatoes to the pan. Be careful pouring this out because it's going to want to splatter. So just try to pour it nice and slow. Again, we're going to give it a good mix. And then we're going to add some salt. You want to salt the sauce. I know we did the ground beef, but it's going to need more salt. So go ahead and give it some salt. We'll add the Italian seasoning. Now, this is kind of nice. You could buy this spice mix all together. It's in every grocery store. And then add some fresh cracked pepper. And that is it. So give it a good stir and then let it reduce. So some cans of sauce are more liquidy than others. It all depends on how it goes with yours. So give it a good stir. If you see that it's, has a lot of liquid to it and it's a little bit too runny, just let it simmer. Throw a lid on it and let it simmer. Let it come up to temperature. Now don't forget to give it a quick taste and check it for salt. Make sure it has enough seasoning. So that's it. Take your cooked spaghetti, nice and warm and hot. Put it on a plate. Add your delicious meat sauce. And the best part, and don't forget this, some fresh grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Sprinkle it over that, let it melt in, and you are good to go. So that's it, my spaghetti meat sauce recipe. It's so simple and easy, and it's so much better than a jarred sauce. The way I cook the ground beef by browning it is really key. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out my American chop suey recipe. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe down below. And I'll see you next time on Home Cook Basics.